Counting on Jill Duggar shares new update on daughter's resting place. Counting on alum Jill Duggar Dillard is back with new updates about her stillborn daughter, Isla Marie. The 33-year-old mom has been on a healing journey since suffering a miscarriage last April. She likes to spend time with her husband and kids outdoors, but she never forgets to pay tribute to her daughter. Keep reading to see Jill's latest post about Isla Marie. Counting on Jill Duggar suffers miscarriage. In April, Jill took to social media to announce the devastating news about her miscarriage. It is with heavy hearts that we announce the stillbirth of our beautiful baby girl, Isla Marie Dillard, the Counting on alum said. According to Jill, she was 4 months pregnant when she learned that her baby was no longer alive. She also revealed that they've had so many things prepared for their daughter, but everything turned into a heartbreak. But despite the loss, Jill remains strong in her faith. The majority of the Duggar family were also in attendance at Isla Marie's funeral. Jill shares special tribute for Isla Marie. In an Instagram post, Jill Duggar Dillard shared new updates about Isla Marie's resting place. According to the Counting on alum, they just got a call from the cemetery saying that Isla Marie's marker is ready and has been placed. Due to this, Jill and Derek decided to visit the cemetery and bring flowers that they picked from the wilds for their daughter. Isla Marie Dillard, forever loved and forever our baby girl. Hope you like the flowers, Jill captioned. This is so sweet. You will all have such a beautiful reunion in heaven with her and Jesus. You picked a beautiful stone for her. 25 years later and my mom, and I still put flowers at my sister's stone. Sending you all strength and love. Her marker is beautiful as are the flowers. Love you, Jill. Jill, it is beautiful. I'm so sorry your heart has had to endure this grief. I'm so thankful that you will see her again. Counting on Jill Duggar shares latest family trip. Jill and her family just got home from a long trip. Earlier this month, the Counting on alum documented their quick vacation in Tennessee. She brought her family to many popular places, especially restaurants. The married couple also chose Tennessee as their trip destination to attend Jason and Maddie Grace's wedding. At this point, Jill Duggar Dillard is back documenting her garden life. She's been embracing the fall season as well and even shared her pumpkin pie recipe. Grief for many is a long, quiet road, one paved with memories, milestones, and the silent prayer that healing will one day come. For Jill Duggar Dillard, former reality star of Counting On and member of the famously large Duggar family, grief has been both a private journey and a public one. Recently, Jill opened up about a deeply personal moment, offering an emotional update on her daughter's resting place, a tender tribute that reveals both her vulnerability and her strength. In a heartfelt post shared to social media, Jill invited her followers into a sacred part of her life, the final resting place of her stillborn daughter, River Bliss. With reverent words and photos that spoke volumes, she shared the completed memorial marker now placed at her daughter's grave, a tribute that is as delicate as it is profound. A quiet loss in a loud world. Back in 2021, Jill and her husband, Derek Dillard, announced the heartbreaking loss of their baby girl during pregnancy. They named her River Bliss Dillard, a name that captured both sorrow and serenity. The couple's announcement at the time was raw and brave, a decision to share a piece of their heartbreak in a world that often only sees the curated joy of family life. We named our baby River Bliss because we want her short life to have meaning, Jill wrote in a blog post at the time. Even though we never got to hold her in our arms, we carry her in our hearts. River's loss came during a deeply transitional period for Jill and Derek. They had distanced themselves from the Duggar family's controversial legacy and were working to redefine their family on their own terms, outside of the shadow of 19 kids and counting and the rules that once defined them. In the midst of that transformation came River, a pregnancy that was hopeful, then tragic. And now, nearly 3 years later, her memory remains ever present. A resting place full of meaning. The recent update Jill shared was more than a photo of a grave marker. It was an emotional milestone. The headstone for River Bliss is simple, yet speaks volumes. Etched in soft stone is her name, the date of her passing, and a delicate image of a river, flowing, gentle, eternal. Jill explained the meaning behind the symbol. The river reminds us that even though her life was short, her impact flows on. She changed us. She reminded us how fragile and precious life is. She taught us to grieve fully and love fiercely. Accompanying the image was a bouquet of pale pink flowers laid carefully next to the stone. In the background, the soft green of a peaceful cemetery could be seen, a quiet, natural resting place that echoes the meaning behind River's name. Jill noted that this update was something she and Derek had taken their time with. We wanted to wait until it felt right. There's no timeline for grief, and no right way to do it. But this felt right. Sharing grief, sparking conversation. Since stepping back from her family's fame, Jill has taken a more open and honest approach to her public life. Alongside her husband, she released a memoir, Counting the Cost, which detailed their experience leaving the Duggar household, the emotional toll it took, and how they found healing. The loss of River Bliss was one of many moments shared in the memoir, and the new update on her resting place has reignited conversations about grief, especially among mothers who have experienced similar pain. In the comments of her recent post, hundreds of women shared their own stories. Some posted names of children they lost, others thanked Jill for her transparency. One comment read, "Thank you for showing us that grief is love. I lost my daughter in 2019, and your post made me feel seen." It's a small, powerful reminder that when people in the public eye speak about loss with honesty and grace, they make room for others to do the same. Faith, family, and finding peace. For the Dillards, faith remains a core part of how they process grief. In her update, Jill referenced a Bible verse, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you." Isaiah 43:2, explaining how the imagery of water, both a river and the tears they've cried, has come to symbolize God's presence in their pain. But it hasn't always been easy. Jill has been open about the tension between the version of faith she grew up with, highly structured, patriarchal, and legalistic, and the more tender, personal spirituality she and Derek are building now. River brought us closer to each other and to a more honest version of our faith, Jill wrote. We learned to sit with sorrow, to question, to find peace in the not knowing. Healing through honoring. The journey to healing after pregnancy loss is never linear. For many parents, one of the most difficult parts is the lack of a tangible place to mourn. With River's marker now placed, Jill shared that having a physical site has helped their family, especially her sons, connect with the sister they never met. "We visit her grave together sometimes," she shared. "The boys bring flowers or draw pictures for her. We talk about heaven and about love. We don't avoid the topic. We honor it." Jill and Derek are parents to 3 living sons, Israel, Samuel, and their youngest, Frederick. Each has been part of their family's story of loss and healing, and Jill's recent post shows how she and Derek are gently weaving River's memory into their daily life. "River is not a secret," Jill said. "She is our daughter. Her story matters." A new chapter of Advocacy. While the post focused on the resting place itself, it's clear that Jill's journey with grief has also ignited a quiet kind of advocacy. She's become more vocal in supporting women's mental health, encouraging other mothers to speak up, seek counseling, and share their experiences of miscarriage, stillbirth, and infant loss.